Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Whispin here, and welcome back to another video here on the Pokecentral network. Today we're going to be doing how to train your Tyranitar. So what we're going to do, we're going to go out, we're going to catch a Larvitar, we're going to level him up, get the best possible moveset, ability, nature, all of that stuff, and try to get the very best Tyranitar that we can. So if you guys do want to join me here on my server, Pokecentral.org, the links that you actually need to download and install Pixelmon are in the description. You can go ahead and check that out. Join me, like I said, Pokecentral.org. There are a ton of other players online that you can play with, make new friends, all that kind of stuff. So I definitely recommend checking it out, and as long as your computer is from like this decade, you should be able to handle running the game. One last thing before we go ahead and find ourselves the Larvitar or Pupitar or Tyranitar out in the wild is that there is currently a 40% off sale here on the server. If you want to take advantage of that, go ahead and check out buy.pokecentral.org. You can get a bunch of different ranks and items and Pokemon and really cool stuff, so I definitely recommend at the very least check it out even if you're not going to buy anything. Alright, so let's go ahead and try to find one of these guys out in the wild. I believe I might actually, wrong command, I believe I might actually have one in my PC somewhere. I could be totally wrong. Yeah, we do. Okay, we have one here. Now, with that being said, I think what we're going to do is catch a wild one anyways, just so I can show where they spawn and when they spawn and all of that stuff and how common they are. But we have that one there if we need it. So let's go ahead and warp on over to the Safari Zone, and we're going to head to the Mesa biome. Now, Larvitar can actually spawn in the Mesa as well as the Extreme Hills, but you're only going to find Tyranitar in the Mesa biome. He does not spawn in Extreme Hills as well, which I thought was a little bit odd. He used to only spawn in Extreme Hills, but I guess they made some changes, and it kind of makes sense. I believe he is Rock Ground type. He kind of fits into the Mesa a little bit better, but let's see. Can we actually find one? No, wait. He only spawns at night, so that's not gonna work. Okay, so it's actually just now turning to night, which means we should start to see them spawn in. They have a fairly reasonable rarity. I believe it's actually pretty high. Larvitar rarity. 120, which is actually very, very high. So we should be able to find some. I'm really hoping that at least one spawns in during the night here so we can catch it. And it would be kind of cool to see a Tyranitar as well, but I'll take it if only a Larvitar spawns in. That's perfectly fine. Let me get my Ultra Balls out. Let me go ahead and actually clear out my entire team, because all we really need is our Parasect right now. Actually, you know what? We kind of need to go ahead and get an Adamant. Where is it? Adamant Ralts. And let's go ahead and put that in slot 1, and we'll put our Parasect in slot 2. And that way we have a chance of actually getting the correct nature right off the bat, because, of course, if we're just going to be doing a straight-up physical attacking Tyranitar, Adamant's probably the way to go due to its base 134 attack, which is insanely high. Alright, here we go. We actually got ourselves a Larvitar right here, and I feel like they are pretty common, as I said. So I don't think this is too rare. I was just trying to see if I could spot another one while we're up here. But let's just go ahead and jump into battle with this thing. Try and catch it really quick. And hopefully it'll be the correct nature and have some reasonable IVs. I did not heal my Parasect. I'm really hoping this level 29 Larvitar cannot kill a level 100 Parasect with 61 HP. So let's go ahead and false swipe. He's doing a little bit of damage to me, but nothing too bad. Nothing too crazy. Here we go. Oh, we could actually use the battle camera to spot more Larvitar. Maybe. I don't actually see any other ones. Alright, so he's asleep. He's at 1 HP. The Ultra Ball should be able to catch him first try here. I'm just trying to look around and see if I see anything else. But it does not seem like any have spawned in, and my camera started to glitch out there right at the end. But we did catch the Larvitar. So the nature is going to actually be naive. We did not get the one that we want. So we kind of need to catch another one. In terms of IVs, we're looking at pretty terrible IVs. We actually have 0 defense IVs. That is not going to work for me. We can have 0 special attack, but we cannot have 0 defense. So there's actually another Larvitar over here, as well as a wild Flareon, which is, I guess, kind of cool to see. I don't really see them that much. I believe they are pretty rare. We're going to have to ignore it for now. Maybe I'll catch it after we get this Larvitar, but I want to focus on what's the priority for this video. So let's go ahead and catch this level 12 Larvitar. I always get the names mixed up. I don't know why. I do that with all Pokemon. But let's go ahead and do Parasect. We should be able to catch this one even easier than the last one. And I did remember to heal up my Parasect this time. So false swipe. Then I don't even think we need to put him to sleep. So I'm just going to go ahead and use an Ultra Ball and hope that we can go ahead and pull off this catch first try. And then probably going to catch this Flareon just because kind of cool, but there is another Larvitar hiding actually right there. And he broke free. Wow, should have put him to sleep. Well, that teaches me. I guess I'll always put him to sleep from now on. There we go. Now he's asleep. He has 1 HP, and we should be good to go this time. I really need to start using the quick balls that someone actually gifted me over in my little secret mailbox that I have on my island. And I guess this Larvitar just doesn't want to be caught, but maybe the quick balls would be the way to go. And maybe I'll go ahead and take a look at those in a future episode. And I think I kind of want to just go through every single Pokeball in the game and see which ones are actually viable at all in any situations, because I know some are very specific, but I don't even think those specific ones are necessarily better than a quick ball in the majority of situations, because a quick ball just has a higher multiplier overall if you use it on the first turn. Okay, is this Larvitar just not going to get caught? Like, what? Come on now. I'm trying here. I've wasted like 6 Ultra Balls on you. Just come on. If you don't want to be caught, that's fine. I'll move on to another Larvitar, but I feel like, you know, it would be nice. Broke free again. That's like 7 or something. And there we go, finally. After 8 or 9 Ultra Balls, we caught the thing. That actually might not be even the right number. That doesn't make any sense because we only have 55. So it would have to be maybe 8. Yeah, probably 8, maybe 7. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But let's go ahead and try and catch this one as well. And actually, before we do that, let's check the nature. Adamant. Okay, so we did get the Adamant, and the IVs on this one are actually 60%, which isn't a bad percentage. Unfortunately, no 31s, which kind of make it worthless to me. So let's just go ahead and catch this last one while we're here. Might as well see if it has any sort of better IVs. Any 31 will be good for us. So let's go ahead and swap on over to Parasect again. This time around, we're going to go ahead and full swipe and put him to sleep straight away, because the last time around it did not go so well. All right, let's see. Can we get this one on the first try and not waste 6 or 7 more Ultra Balls trying to catch this thing? 1, 2, 3, 1 more, 4. Oh, wow. Okay. So I don't know what was going on with that one Larvitar, but we got this guy first try as well. So let's go and check his IVs. Let's set at 52%, but he does have 31 in special defense. So I think this is the one that we're actually going to go with, just to maybe have a better chance at passing down 31s. Breed this with our Ditto. I think that's probably our best bet. And of course, it does have the correct, I believe this is just its basic ability, which should be, hey, let's see. Are they all guts? Yeah. So that's going to be its basic ability, not its hidden ability, which is what we're looking for. But as you can see, they're all over the place. They're everywhere. We don't really need to catch more of them, but I do want to kind of catch this Flareon here. And I have no idea what the best nature, probably Timid, right? Timid, no, not Timid. Jolly for a Flareon. Jolly or Adamant. I'm going to go with Adamant, even though I think Jolly is probably slightly better. And the reason I'm doing that is because I can't be bothered to actually pull out the Jolly synchronized Pokemon that we have. And I already had my Adamant ready. So just kind of how it's going to work. Let's go ahead and full swipe. You know, you just kind of got to catch some cool Pokemon when you see them. I don't think that Flareon itself definitely isn't rare because you can evolve any Eevee into a Flareon. But I don't even think wild Flareons are really all that rare, just because I think they have like a base spawn rate of like 20, which is the same as most starter Pokemon, and the starter Pokemon I've been seeing around quite a bit recently. And there we go, we got a first try. Cool. So let's head on home. Let's go ahead and actually warp on over to the daycare instead, and let's go ahead and just get our Pokemon ready to go. So we're going to be using this one right here. Let's put this guy back. We're going to be using our third one that we caught, just because it does have that 31 IV, and that's going to be very important in passing down IVs, because we want to pass down the best ones we can. And it's kind of counterintuitive to use a Pokemon that has a lower IV percentage. You might think, like, why use that? And the reason is purely because the stats don't matter unless they're 31. If you pass down a stat that isn't 31, it doesn't really matter as much, at least to me, if you're going for a perfect Pokemon. So what you're really only looking at ever, it could have 3 zeros and 3 31s, and it would be better than a Pokemon that has 6 29s. So that's just my philosophy behind it. Philosophy, is that the right word? Probably not. I guess it works. I guess it could be a philosophy. And we might as well check this one out while we're here. IV's for trash. You going in the trash right now. There you go. Throw it in the trash, and that actually opens up a slot to put in our Flareon. So, okay. Daycare, hello. Are you empty? No, you're still breeding with this Buizel. Let's go and take you out. And do you have the Everstone? No, you have the Destiny Knot. So we have to actually take out our Ditto as well because we need to switch which Pokemon's holding the Everstone and which one's holding the Destiny Knot. So that should be good. Now, I never actually checked. Yeah, it is Adamant. Okay. So let's just go ahead and put these two back in. And now we wait for an egg, which could take an hour. It could take 5 minutes. I have no idea. We really need to do it How to Train Your Talonflame just so I get these fletchlings out of my daycare. Because they have been in here for probably 2 months now, maybe 3. I don't even know at this point. Ivy's number 3. Ivy's number 1. That Buizel egg's actually pretty good, and so is the Talonflame egg, but we're going to release both of them just because I can't be bothered to hatch them, and I feel like we don't really need another Buizel. We already have Max, and if we ever do a How to Train Your Talonflame video, then we'll try and figure that out at that point. We don't really need to do it right now. So finally, after months and months of waiting, we got ourselves an egg out of the daycare. Let's go and check this thing out. Hopefully it has some good IVs, and hopefully it did successfully pass down the ability and the nature like it's supposed to, but we'll see. IV's number 2. Okay. Wow. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Wait. That's literally perfect. Literally could not get better. The 31 or the 20 special attack doesn't matter at all. We're not going to use special. Did I do the wrong command? IV's 2. Because I know I've done that before where I typed. That's the right. Okay. Well, there we go, guys. We got ourselves a perfect Larvitar on the first attempt. I really love having this Ditto. It is amazing. It helps out so much. And that is fantastic. But wow. Okay. I don't even know what to say about that. But let's go ahead and I guess. Wow, it had to. Oh, I know what happened. So basically, because we have the Destiny Knot, it passes down 5 IVs from the parent. So it passed down the HP, the attack, the defense, the special defense, and the speed from the 2 Pokemon that we have. So it passed down, maybe even the special defense might have passed down from our Larvitar, but then the speed, defense, attack, and HP passed down from our Ditto. And then the special attack was randomly generated, which gave us a 20. So I mean, that's just how breeding works, but we got lucky there because it could have been any of those stats that were randomized, and it just so happened that the random one was the one that we don't care about. So there we go. We got ourselves the correct ability, the correct nature, the correct IVs, and now we're going to be looking into going ahead and getting the correct moveset. Actually, you know what? Let's get our health item first because that's really important to our Tyranitar. And I think a lot of you guys already know if you've ever used a Tyranitar, we're going to be going for an Assault Vest. Now, I was thinking about making a Mega Tyranitar variant. However, I have no way to get a Mega Stone for my Tyranitar, so we had to go with a non-Mega version, and maybe at some point in the future we'll do another How to Train Your Pokemon video where we do Mega Tyranitar rather than just regular Tyranitar. If you would be interested in me doing separate videos for the Mega forms, let me know, and I will definitely look into that. But for now, let's see, do we have an Assault Vest? No. Okay, so let's work for the shop, and I'll explain exactly what it does and why it's really, really good with a Tyranitar. So battle items should be right in here. Assault Vest. There we go. 3,000 coins. Okay, so what does the Assault Vest do? The Assault Vest actually increases your special defense by 50%, but it prevents you from using any status moves. So because our Tyranitar is only going to be using 4 physical damage dealing moves, that doesn't affect us at all, but we do get that 50% special defense bonus. Now, on top of that, the ability that Tyranitar has by default, the basic ability, the non-hidden ability, is something called Sandstorm. Now, I'm sure if you've ever fought a Tyranitar, you've noticed it basically just starts a sandstorm that does 1/16 damage, I believe is the number, of the enemy's HP every single turn if they are not rock, ground, or steel type. I believe those are the 3 types. I could be wrong on this. I'm just trying to recall off the top of my head. So basically, there's a move called Sandstorm, which works, I believe, exactly the same, but because of our ability, that Sandstorm is automatically started at the beginning of the turn, which is really, really nice. So the benefit of that, because you might be thinking, well, 1/16 damage, that's okay. It affects some Pokemon, not the greatest. The benefit is that from Generation 4 onwards, the special defense of Rock-type Pokemon is increased by 50% if there is a Sandstorm going on. And because our Tyranitar does have Rock-type, that means we're going to be getting the 50% bonus special defense from not only the Sandstorm, but also our Assault Vest, which means we're going to be getting plus 100%. We're going to get double special defense right off the bat without having to do anything, which is amazing. Super helpful, and probably, I guess, maybe even better than a Mega Stone, especially when you take into account how good some other Mega Pokemon are and that you can only have one per team. It kind of makes the Assault Vest seem really good at that point, because you could save that Mega slot for some other Pokemon and still get a pretty good Pokemon, pretty good advantage with the held item on your Tyranitar. So that's basically the held item explained. Let's go ahead and get into the moveset. It's going to be really basic, nothing complicated at all, very straightforward, and I'm sure you guys have seen this moveset on a Tyranitar a million times. I was thinking about doing something a little bit weird, a little bit crazy, but I realized if you guys can all see my moveset, that's not really going to help me in battle, because if you know my moveset, not going to be unpredictable anyways, because you know exactly what moves I have. So might as well go with something very straightforward that you would expect, and I guess that starts off with, of course, Earthquake. Now, I don't want to actually buy TMs right now because I want to check my chest first and make sure we're not wasting a load of money. Looks like we do have one Earthquake TM. Now, let me see if we have any of the other TMs we need. So, Crunch. I believe he probably learns it from leveling up, and I don't see it in here, so we might have to go ahead and check that out. And then Stone Edge should be in here, or at least in the shop. I don't know. It's going to be a rock type move. Should be right here. Stone Edge. Okay, good. We have plenty of those. And then we need Ice Punch, which I believe we do have as well. And then we need Crunch, which he probably learns. So if we go ahead and check Wiki Moves Tyranitar, Tyranitar moves, he actually learns Crunch at level 47. He learns Earthquake at 54. He learns Stone Edge at 63. So we don't really need to waste these TMs, but I'm going to do it anyways just because we can get the moves a little bit earlier on. So let's do that. And does he actually know a Dark type? Does he know Crunch or does he know Bite? He knows Bite. Okay. And for some reason, oh, why can I not teach him Ice Punch? Very strange. I'm not entirely sure why we can't teach him Ice Punch, but I guess that's fine. We can try and like delete Leer and see if now I'll learn it. Still no. Okay, weird. I don't know. Let's go ahead and evolve this guy and get him up to his Tyranitar form so that we can go ahead and finish up the moveset and then get to work on the EVs. And I think once we're done with that, pretty much done with the entire set. So I'm really hoping him being unable to learn Ice Punch has nothing to do with some sort of weird glitch where he's not going to level up either. So let's see. Is he going to evolve here? It looks like it's working. Okay, good. So we'll get ourselves the Pupitar, then we'll go ahead and evolve him into Tyranitar, and then we'll see if we can go ahead and relearn Crunch over at the move relearner, because I did kind of go above the level where he learns Crunch. And then we'll go ahead and see if he can actually learn Ice Punch once he's into his Tyranitar form. I don't know what was going on with that. Maybe the Larvitar just can't learn that move, but I was almost certain that TMs were the same across all evolutions of the Pokemon. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let's see. All right, here we go. We got our Tyranitar. I think he's pretty good on the size. I kind of like it when he's like just like a little bit slightly taller. Let's go ahead and see. Yep, he just learned Ice Punch. So I guess Pokemon can't all learn the same TMs across all evolutions, but that is fine. Let's warp on over to the shop. Let's get that move relearner and let's finish up our moveset. Now for the EVs. So we're actually just going to be going pretty basic with the EVs as well. We're going to be doing 252 in speed, 252 in physical attack, and then we'll just throw the other 4 in special defense or defense. It doesn't really make much of a difference. Probably defense because we already have the special defense boosts, so it'll give us an extra stat point there. Doesn't affect anything at all, really. Now, Crunch, we can learn. We can replace Bite, and that is the moveset completed. Let's just do the EVs in the Poke Designer so that we don't have to spend like 30 minutes EV training against Surskits. All right, EVs, we'll do attack. There we go. We'll get that all the way up to 252. And that should be right there. And then speed, we'll do 252 as well. And this should finish up our entire Tyranitar unless I'm missing something. But I don't think I am. Hopefully not, anyways. And there we go. Confirm that. 510 gems. That is fine. Let's go and take a look at this guy. We got him in his Premier Ball. He's looking pretty spiffy. I kind of prefer the regular Tyranitar over the shiny variant. The shiny variant, I believe, is just slightly more brown than the normal one. It doesn't really look that great. But maybe we could add some sort of a cool Tyranitar aura at some point in the future. Now, I do want to go ahead and mention at the end of this video, probably should have done this at the start, but for those of you still watching, the Halloween skin contest is currently coming to an end. It's probably going to end in the next week or two, so you have a little bit more time to go ahead and finish up some new textures. If you do want to submit them, you can win real money. You can win getting your Pokemon in-game, 100% IVs, all that stuff. I have a video posted on it about a week or two ago, so just go ahead and check my videos. You'll see the thumbnail there. I believe it had like the Halloween Manaphy with a pumpkin head sitting there on the texture. Sitting there on the thumbnail. And if you go ahead and check the announcements channel over on our Discord, link in the description, you can actually go ahead and just scroll up a few announcements and you'll see the post for that as well. Or just check pinned messages in the contest submissions chat over on the Discord, where it will explain everything there as well. So there are a few different areas where you can find the information that you need. If you want to take part, I definitely recommend doing so. Try to find a Pokemon that no one else has made a submission for, and if you do a quality submission, it'll definitely get added to the server. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go and leave a like on it. If you have a specific Pokemon that you want to see me do in this How to Train Your Pokemon series, let me know down in the comments. I will make sure to read those, and I will do whichever one interests me the most. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.